Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of Prog Talk. Today, going to go a little bit more into prog metal, go like with the timeline into different kind of groups that are considered the prog metal genre. Talk a little bit more about the prog subcategories of prog metal and all that good stuff. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and here we go. So, of course, in my last video, I talked about the very core, the very root of prog metal being Dreamtheater, Symphony X, Queensryche. I mean, you can also put bands like King's X in there. You could put Tool in there. And a lot of people might say that, wait, how is Tool prog metal? I mean, they do have a lot of very progressive structures in their song. And no, I'm not going to go on about how Lateralis is this Fibonacci sequence. It's not what this video is about. And I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole different thing. That's a whole different ballpark there. That will take forever just to explain all that. Anyway, so in this video, I kind of want to go with kind of like a timeline of prog metal then, which would be like bands like Dreamtheater, Symphony X, like Voivod, King's X, Queensryche, like the early days of prog metal, My personal opinion is Dreamtheater wasn't Dreamtheater until Images and Words. I mean, I just think that James LaBrie was a better singer than the last guy before James LaBrie came in the picture and he started doing all that crazy stuff like James LaBrie stuff. And yeah, I know some people do agree that I think that Mike Portnoy was a better drummer than Mike Mangini, but I like them both, so that's just one man's opinion. I mean, you can bash me for that opinion all you want. I don't care. Anyway, so you gotta have the early days with those guys, and then prog metal kind of started developing over the years, and now you have a ton of just really, 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 really good like prog metal bands, and a lot of them are more like instrumental, like not a lot of singing, maybe like a tiny little bit, but it more focuses on the guitar playing and the instrumental side, and that's what makes prog just so fantastic. It's the instrumental side that for me is what really gets me just pumped up with any prog song. I mean, Rush, has so many just straight up fantastic instrumentals. A lot of people say YYZ was like the best. Actually, in my opinion, I would say that La Via Strantiago was their best instrumental. I mean, honestly, Hemispheres was their best album. People will go, oh, no, it was Moving Pictures. It was 2112. Well, me being a big ass Rush fan, yeah, Hemispheres was the album for me. Anyway, we're not going into that's classic stuff. We're going to more modern prog metal timeline stuff. So anyway, there are so many very fantastic prog metal bands today, that kind of are under the umbrella of prog metal. You got bands that are in the gent category and all this other crazy stuff. So with that, you have bands like Animals Leaders, which are really, really good. I've actually saw them in concert in LA a few years ago, and they are amazing live. They were playing with the Contortionists, and oh my god, mind-blowing. So two great bands playing the show together. The Contortionist and Animals Leaders, they're both amazing. I highly recommend go check them both out. One of my favorite groups, Caligula's Horse, of course. There's a lot of really great ones like Polyphia. They're amazing. I mean, their guitar player, Tim Henson, he's like this young dude, but oh my, bro, he's in his 20s and he can already play guitar better than most old dudes these days. He's in his 20s. He's a super young dude. Yep. I'm older than him. He's better than me. Way better. Then again, I was would say that he had a lot more time to practice while I kind of sat on my ass. Anyway, so yeah. So like, blah, 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 blah. So like Polyphia, which are really, really good. One of my favorites. You have like Hacken, and you listen to the song like Cockroach King. That's like their best song. It's an absolute banger. Like, oh my god, that solo in that song is like, wait, what the hell? And then you have one of my favorite like big prog metal bands out there. They're from France, and I think they're amazing. Everything they do, it just sounds amazing. Gojira. Like, I would say that like Gojira's like Magma and like From Mars to Sirius is like two of the most banging fucking albums ever. Oh my god, I just love just Flying Whales, that how it kind of starts off slow, you know? Down, 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 down. And then you kind of hear like these whale sounds in the background. And then it starts like it. It, fuck, it's amazing. Like, holy shit. And of course, when you go with like the gent category, a lot of people, I guess you would say that the term gent started with Meshuggah, and that last Meshuggah album, holy shit. But Obzen to me will be like always their top tier fucking up there. But that new album, oh, I was blown away by that shit. Like, Jens Kidman is back at it again. Jens Kidman came to kick my ass with this album, and he did. Thank you, Jens Kidman, for kicking my ass. I know you probably would never see this video, but thank you, sir, for kicking my ass. And I appreciate you, sir, for kicking my ass with that new album. Like, holy cow. The riffs were heavy. Just Jens Kidman being Jens Kidman. I'm trying to do Jens Kidman on. Can't do it very well. Anyway, so, and then you have like, you know, Devin Townsend, and then you have like Devin Townsend has done a ton of other stuff. Devin Townsend, Devin Project, Devin Townsend this, Devin Townsend that, Strappy Young Lad. The dude's all over the place. And then you go with the opposite, what I like to call the opposite of Devin Townsend, because it's kind of a really good analogy I like to use when comparing Devin Townsend to another band. Devin Townsend is like you're playing in a playground. It's fun. And then somehow you're going down the slide, and the slide goes right into a graveyard. And it's like winter music goes from going from Devin Townsend to Opeth, right? Also, another really funny analogy I like to use is you are listening to something like more of an angry tone, right? Like Meshuggah. And then somehow it just starts getting to a very sad tone, and it turns into Steven Wilson. When your playlist goes from Meshuggah to Steven Wilson. Yeah, it's literally just like that. And that's another really great, I mean, I really wouldn't say that they're prog metal, but a lot of times they say, yeah, they're prog metal. Is one of Steven Wilson's bands. Well, his main first band, well, I guess you could say is one of his first bands. I mean, he's always done like other things. He's collaborated with Mikael Åkerfeldt of Opeth with a band called was it's like Soul Corrosion. Am I getting that right? Anyway, but his main band he's always had was Porcupine Tree, and they They are amazing, but the real trick is with the Porcupine Tree. Some songs, because they are written by Steven Wilson, the master of all sad songs ever written, they get kind of sad sometimes. Kind of just make you sit there and think, and who hurt you, Steven? Who hurt you? With like one of his more sad songs for me, with Porcupine Tree, is Heart Attack and a Lay-By. It's, yeah, the song is just like, oh, so just emotionally draining. I mean, solo project stuff, oh my god, that list goes on forever. Like the song Routine, his song The Raven Who Refused to Sing, which that one, oof, Drive Home, oh my god. And I also like to point out, on my channel, I do a Last Day of June video series, which was a video game that basically Steven Wilson helped do the music for, and it pretty much like kind of evolves around the song Drive Home. And oh my god, you play that game, at the end you're going to be extremely sad. It's extremely sad ending. I was like, I should have known that this game was going to be sad because Steven Wilson did the music, and oh yeah, no, absolutely just going to emotionally destroy you. Okay, so now, okay, let's just try to make this happy. Okay, so anyway, so like Opeth being like, you know, like Opeth being a graveyard, and Devin Townsend being like a little playground. Just kind of go down the slide and also, I don't know if anyone ever had the chance to hear it, but Mikhail Ackerfeld did this like Netflix soundtrack for this new show with Bill Skarsgård. Yeah, Bill Skarsgård, who played Pennywise in the It remakes. That Bill Skarsgård. So I guess Netflix did this show, this Swedish show, and Mikhail Ackerfeld did the music for it, and I was listening to it. So the show called, I guess Netflix coming out with, called Clark. Not sure what it's going to be about, but the album that was done by Mikhail Ackerfeld was like, dude, Mikhail Ackerfeld made a Netflix-based show soundtrack, and it is like really just wow, so fucking good. I just loved it. He did a really good fucking job on that. That's all I'm saying. That. And oh yeah, no, you have to go on your Spotify or like YouTube Music or whatever. Find that album, because Clark by Mikhail Ackerfeld, it is so good. Amazing. Anyway, and of course you have like a ton of like kind of like solo project kind of guys like Chimp Spanner. You have like Scale the Summit. You have like Monuments. You have Periphery. Oh man, there's like so many like really big, huge like prog like metal bands coming out, and I mean, I literally, well, I'll just put a list of a bunch of them all over the screen. Just list them, you know, all just there. Yeah. Anyway, there are so many. I mean, I can go on and on and on about this, but I try not to keep these particular videos really too super long, because like people are like, man, this guy's gonna go droning on and on and on about the same goddamn topic. That's what I do. That's what this particular video series is all about. Me, a crazy person, just sitting here and talking about the wonders of prog. Now, what's really nice, really nice about prog, I mean, I personally do not like Rolling Stone magazine because, yeah, at one point they used to be about music. Now it's like, huh? But if you love prog music, there's a publication just for you. Second. All right, yes. What I mean, there is a publication just for you. Oh, there is. This, my friends, is the only music publication magazine you will ever need. And this one's my favorite. It is the In Memory Neil Peart issue. This one is an absolute must-have. I mean, don't have like a whole lot of them. I mean, but yeah, I mean, this guy loves prog. Like, yeah, obviously, look at this. When I was talking about, like, Hemispheres being my favorite Rush album, that is the Hemispheres, like, issue. I had to have this one. It's Hemispheres. Yeah. And of course, you got literally every cover is going to be a different band. Every cover. You got Genesis. I got a bunch of Rush ones. And of course, yeah, why not? Like I mentioned, Tool and Lateralis is the cover of a Prog magazine. So yes, Tool technically, yes, it's Prog, especially when it's on Prog Magazine. That one is not Prog Magazine, but it's yes. Also, super classic. And you have the 100 Best. And these are just the ones I have in my collection. And then the 10 Years of Prog magazine. It's like a special 10-year anniversary. And oh, this one's a good one. The Dreamtheater. Dreamtheater! Yes, that is the Metropolis Part 2 Scenes of a Memory issue. And oh, yes. And it does talk about a little bit why Mike Portnoy decided to leave Dreamtheater, which was a kind of sad for a lot of us Dreamtheater fans. But, you know, he has done a lot of really great things. You know, he's done so many side projects since leaving Dreamtheater. I mean, like, he's got nothing against Dreamtheater, you know. He's still a good guy. Still good friends with him and everything. But he's done, like, Neil Morris band. He's done Sons of Apollo. He's done Winery Dogs. I mean, he's even drummed for Twisted Sister and Avenged Sevenfold. That dude, sometimes it's like, you kind of wonder. You wake up and you wonder, I wonder what band Mike Portnoy is going to be in today. I don't think Mike Portnoy even knows that anymore. Hey, Mike, if you're watching this, just question for all us like fans of your amazing drumming and your amazing work from Dreamtheater to whatever you're doing now. Do you ever like wake up and wonder what band you're going to be in for that day? Because I think, me personally, I'm losing track and I'm like, hey, what's going on, Mike? What's going on? Anyway, yes. So, yes, there's a special music publication for prog fans. So we don't have to deal with the non-music side of Rolling Stone magazine. Plus, yeah, their top 100, whatever list have become very, usually, if you're doing like a top 100 list, and I know that a lot of top 100 lists for a lot of people is all based on opinion. I get that. But I also say with that, there should be some kind of study done to say that like, these are the top 100 greatest guitarists. These are the top greatest 100 drummers. This is the top 100 greatest songs. These are the top greatest 100 albums. Yeah, I mean, if you were to make just a list of the, and usually with any top whatever drummers, usually have like drummers like Keith Moon, Neil Peart, and John Bonham at the top of that list every single time. Yeah, if you don't put those three anywhere near your top of your list, I'm really sorry, but you might need to reconsider that list because you're going to piss off a lot of people. Especially people in the Rush community, the Led Zeppelin community, and the new community. Those guys are like the three top, like any list would say.
John Bonham, Neil Peart, and Keith Moon were like the top 3 greatest drummers of all time. Maybe Buddy Rich in there too, but he's more like a jazz player. But anyway, yeah, if you don't put like at least those 4 guys in any top list, like seriously, you're gonna have a big problem in your hands. It's gonna piss off a lot of people, and they probably don't want to do that.
Anyway, yes. So probably not this whole elaborate thing here, but I just want to give you like a gist of prog metal. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. Iron Miner Mustache. I would really hope you hit that like, subscribe button. And of course, hit that bell icon so you always know about when my videos or will be appearing or premiering or I don't know, something like that. Hope you enjoyed this one. Big prog fan, Iron Mustache, signing out. Thank you for watching and have a great, wonderful... Hold on. Great and wonderful Sunday. Anyway, signing out. Adios. Love y'all. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting me. Love you. Love you. Love all of you. You're so wonderful. Now I'm going to get the hell out of here before death.
Before the wife gets home, because I'm still awake and it's like nearly 2 in the morning and she gets home at 6 in the morning. So if I'm still awake, I'm probably going to get in big trouble. So, yeah, signing out now.